best parts about Christmas is the gifts. When I was little, I used to think the biggest gifts were the best gifts. But as I've gotten older, I've begun to realize that sometimes the smaller gifts are much more precious. Seems like people put a lot more effort into them, and people spend time giving from their hearts from them. And you know, as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about how they would take the gift and they think about who I am. And that's so important. When you get a gift, if somebody knows what you need or what you want, it becomes so much more precious. And then also, frequently those gifts require more effort, like sometimes more money, but not just more money, sometimes more time or more creativity. Because they know what I need or what I want, they spend more time and they think it through more, and it just becomes so much more precious. And you know what's really exciting? When I get a gift for someone like that, when I've thought about them and when I've put in the effort and made the sacrifice, I can't wait for Christmas morning, because I can't wait to see the expression on their face when they receive the gift that I give them, when I put so much time and thought and effort into it, and when I thought about them and how special they are to me. You know what's exciting to me? There was a day when God, years ago, decided He wanted to give a gift to me and to you and to the whole world. And He gave His Son, the most precious thing He could give. And He gave it to us because He knew what we needed. The psalmist said that He knows everything about us, so He knows intimately who we are and what we need. And of course, the greatest thing we need is we need someone to come in and love us unconditionally. We have that spot in our lives where we just desperately need to be loved. You know, we have other people love us sometimes, and they'll love us, and then next thing we know, they do something, and we're like, gee, they didn't really love us. But when God saw us, He loved us. And because He loved us, He gave us a very special gift. And that gift was His Son. Talk about a sacrifice. He gave up His Son so that His Son could come to earth. That's how much He loves you and He loves me. And He gave us that gift, and it took everything He had. And Jesus came as a baby, and He grew up, and then He died on a cross for you and for me so that we could see how much God really loves us. Because you see, without God's love and without Jesus' death on the cross, we were separated from God. There was no way we could have a relationship with God outside of Jesus Christ, because we have fallen short. We have not loved like we're supposed to love. We have not cared for others. We've broken His commandments. We've broken His covenant and His desire to be apart with us. And because of that, God wanted that renewed relationship. And so He gives this special gift, His Son, and Jesus died on the cross in our place, because the Bible says the wages of sin is death. Somebody had to die. And God, in God's great love, gave His Son, who died for us, for me, and for you. What an incredible gift. And do you know that gift came in a manger, in a stable, in an inn in a town that was obscure, a little town. We sing this song, "Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem." That's what it was, just a little burg. And yet that's where God had His Son come into being. And He did that because He knew it was a place where anyone could come and receive that gift. You know, the shepherds came. The shepherds were poor. They were outcasts. People didn't like shepherds. People thought shepherds were dirty, thought shepherds were no good. And yet God sent angels to the shepherds and said, hey, I got a gift for you in Bethlehem. And they went. And they saw that gift, and it changed them. And then there were wise men who were the rich of the rich. They were the upper class. And they heard about this child. As a matter of fact, God sent a star to lead them to Bethlehem, led them to this obscure place. And they went there and they offered rich gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But what really mattered was the gift that God had given them. And you know, I got to believe that God couldn't wait for them to come and see the gift He had offered them. And you know, it changed them. And I got to tell you something. I believe that on Christmas this year, and maybe even before Christmas, God would want you to see the gift he's given you, because he loves you desperately. He knows you. And he sent his son to die for you. And he would have you open up that gift, look at that gift, and recognize what that gift is for you, who that gift is for you, so that you might be changed, so that you might be so filled with love that you could love others, that you'd be so filled with joy that you couldn't help but sing his praises, that you would be so filled with peace that in this world of chaos, you would find comfort, and you would be a comfort to others. Can you imagine what that would be like? I bet you God's waiting to see your face when you finally say yes and accept his gift of love for you. That's what Christmas is all about. I hope you have a great Christmas. I hope you open gifts, but this year when you open gifts, I hope you remember that God has given a gift for you. And if you want to receive that gift, I encourage you to call the church office. I'd be glad to pray with you. God has a gift, that gift for you, and he wants you to receive it. And it's a simple prayer, and I'll pray it with you, and God will fill your life as you've never been filled before. He's just waiting for you to receive the gift. So have a very Merry Christmas. And this year, remember the gift that God has for you.